Next on All Access.
Throws a long ball down the middle for Byrd. Catches for the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots!
He knew where I was going to be, and I knew where he was looking, so it kind of made it a little bit easier.
All right, guys, we're here to give Danny and his wife a quick lesson on how to cook a turkey.
It's probably going to be delicious.
You don't have to take such big bites when you need it.
Why not? It's on TV.
Time now for the Belestrator.
A little play action pass here, and Murray breaks contain. You don't see many quarterbacks scramble and run for 50, 60 yards like this guy does.
All right, we're beyond the halfway point. Now you have to bring up the key word, playoffs.
Steve.
Playoffs?
That path to the playoffs that people have been talking about, it's a math problem. It's not really a football problem. Now, certainly, if the Patriots get hot, they can give themselves a shot. But short of perfection,
In Houston, there was a problem as the Patriots' two-game winning streak has ended. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Patriots All Access presented by GEICO. I'm Steve Burton. I hope you and your families had a very safe and happy Thanksgiving. Much to be thankful for here, even more so if the Patriots could pick up a win over the high-flying Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. We'll preview the Cards, but we begin with the sights and sounds from the loss in Houston at a very familiar venue.
There's no place like home, but there are some places that can be more familiar than others and bring back special memories.
Dick is good! Dick is good! And a military a touchdown! And a title for the Patriots! I can't believe it!
Familiar faces were on hand.
It's not about week to week who's the opponent. It's about us. It's about building. It's about us becoming who we're going to be. Not just as a team, not as a secondary, but as a man, fellas. Develop that each week.
An impressive start gave New England the early lead.
Toss sweep right on second and goal from the 9. Running it right. Harris into the end zone untouched. Damiere Harris gallops to the score. The Patriots take the first lead.
Nice job, baby.
Deshaun Watson almost single-handedly wiped out the lead to take control of the game.
By Playful. Deep drop by Watson. Shuffling left. Throws to the back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. He's chased by a Patriot to the 5. He's hit, and he's going to force his way into the end zone, barreling over Devin McCourty for a touchdown, Houston. Drops back. Watson rolls to his right. Sets up. Throws to the back of the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Cootie.
The Patriots had their chance in the second half, thanks to a breakout performance by Damiere Byrd.
Snap back to Newton, drops back. A lot of time. Moves up, throws a long ball down the middle for Byrd. Catches for the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots.
Oh, it's about time. What a catch.
What a throw.
What a throw.
Hey, we got you one. We got you one. Great job. Great job. Great job. Let's go. Make plays on 3. Make plays on 1, 2, 3. Let's push the tempo now.
But Houston's star on the other side of the ball would help thwart New England.
Coming Cam, moves up, tries to throw, balls hit in the air, then Newton is able to knock it down. Otherwise, J.J. Watt has himself in the interception. He takes the snap with the blitz coming, fires to the right, ball is batted down again. Rejecting another pass.
Too smart.
Now it's 4th and 4.
Too smart to play.
And he doesn't get 4 batted passes every game, so was there anything specific that he was doing or the offense was doing?
He's an all-pro, perennial all-pro. He's a defensive player of the year, one of the best players in this generation.
All right, guys, in our Bob's Discount Furniture Studios with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, you just saw the loss in Houston, so nobody saw this coming. right? And we praised you the week before because you saw what you saw and you predicted Baltimore, but no one saw this coming. Losing to the Houston Texans, Paul.
Yeah, and obviously Houston's having a really tough season, and the reason I didn't see it coming was because that defense in particular, Mike, has really struggled stopping the run. I thought that really coincided with what the Patriots have done really well, how they want to play, but
right.
That's why they play, Steve. The Texans did a good job. They had a good game plan. I think they took the run away a little bit early, and they made them do it a different way, and the result is a game that, yes, I don't think a lot of us expected them to lose.
What a disappointment for the Patriots. I think if we roll back the tape to last week, we said it's going to be close, right? One way or the other.
Yeah, you both said it was going to be close.
And that the Patriots are a team that I think we said could either beat or compete with anyone when they play the way they want to play, or they could lose to anyone, right? I think that's exactly what we said, and I think that's the way it unfolded.
Defense. Can we start there and talk about tackling?
Yeah, it was an issue. No question it was an issue. There was a lot of high tackling, I thought, during the course of the game. But, here's the other thing. And Mike, finished up his comments there by talking about when the Patriots play the way they want to play, they can beat anyone. Well, I think even when they play the way they want to play, they can lose to anyone, too. Because I think there's sort of, some talent issues here that we gloss over. And one of them is you look at Houston and you look at Deshaun Watson. And if you watched the game and you didn't think he was head and shoulders the best player on the field, I'm not sure what game you checked out, because he, I think, alone gives a team a chance to win. And now you have a couple of different receivers that aren't great. They're not all pros, Brandon Cooks and Will Fuller, but they're good, solid NFL receivers.
Right.
And if you look at what they had to work with on offense compared to what Cam Newton has to work with, Houston had the better options. Mm-hmm. So to me, this is one of those games you look back, yes, the Patriots defense didn't play well. There's a reason for that. Houston's pretty good.
Well, Houston's better than 3 and 7.
On offense.
They are, and I think everything Paul said is fair, and I think the performance on the field wasn't good enough. That's not going to get you where you need to go. Tackling wasn't good enough. Coverage wasn't good enough. I think what I would focus on is the game plan. I think that they made it too easy on Deshaun Watson. They gave him too much respect with rushing 3 and 4 players, relying on 7 or 8 in coverage to hold up when you have a backup left tackle, a backup left guard, 2 of your top 3 receivers leaving the game for Houston in the first quarter. I would have liked to seen the Patriots try to exploit those absences a little bit more. I thought they almost conceded in that area a little too much for my liking.
All right, we're beyond the halfway point. I have to bring up the P word, playoffs.
Steve.
Really?
Playoffs. Steve.
Playoffs.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people were getting into this, because of the Ravens win, and that was a great win. I think it was an example of what Mike talks about. When the Patriots play at their best, they can compete. And that was a game that they found a way to win, and they held on at the end. But I still think that path to the playoffs that people have been talking about, it's a math problem. It's not really a football problem. Now, certainly, if the Patriots get hot and can win every game, I thought this last week, I think it this week, they can give themselves a shot. But short of perfection, the math is just impossible to ignore. There are too many teams too far ahead of them.
Yeah, I mean, what I had said was get to 5-5, and then we can have the conversation, because it becomes a 6-game season. Now at 4-6, I'm with Paul. You basically got to run the table to even have a chance. And I just look at the schedule remaining, and I think that's highly, highly unlikely. They're not mathematically eliminated. There's still a chance, but a very small one.
All right, we'll talk about that chance a little later on the show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Coming up on All Access.
What are you thankful for this holiday season?
This one is years where I think you're thankful for everything. Just being able to get up in the morning, be healthy, come to work, and be with a great group of people, players, coaches, and organization.
But first, fresh off a career performance, a chat with Damiere Byrd.
Learning about the Patriot way, learning how to do things daily, being consistent, but it's been a great experience.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the New England Patriots. By Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel, 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke. And by Putnam Investments. Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off.
I'm Cam Newton of the New England Patriots. From my family to yours, happy Thanksgiving.
I'm Lauren Spencer with your Week 12 Patriots Social Media Minute. Cam Newton's fashion game never fails to capture our attention, but this week, fans on Twitter couldn't help but draw a comparison between Cam's pregame ensemble and this cartoon from The Price is Right. It's Thanksgiving week, and with Thanksgiving comes football and family. With fans allowed in Houston at partial capacity, both the Winovich and Olszewski families were able to cheer on Chase and Gunner from the stands in last week's game. Another thing that comes with Thanksgiving is tradition, and some things simply never change. After Cam Newton threw a 42-yard touchdown pass to Damiere Byrd on Sunday, they celebrated the same way they always have, dating back to their days as teammates on the Carolina Panthers. That's all for this week's Patriots Social Media Minute. I'm Lauren Spencer.
Welcome back to All Access presented by GEICO. For the Patriots to get back into the win column, they must defeat an unfamiliar foe. Dan Roach tells us that team was one of the most exciting in the NFL.
Throwing as he falls to the turf and the ball flutters incomplete. And maybe with it, the hopes for the Patriots to another postseason.
It wasn't the trip they were hoping for, as their two-game winning streak and chance to get back to 500 ended in Houston.
We just got to keep competing. We had a lot of games just like it ended today. We've just been on the short end of the stick.
They're 4-6. First time they've been below 500 this late in the season since 2000. Not easy, but neither is the game of football.
This game is so special. Everything has to work together. You can have the greatest quarterback and running back and receivers, and you don't have a good offensive line, and they're not going to do much, and vice versa.
We stay committed to our process. We stay committed to each other. As long as we put our best effort and our best foot forward each and every day, then we can live with the outcome.
The Patriots defense certainly has been challenged in the midst now of facing three young, talented, mobile quarterbacks. They were able to conquer Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, fell to Deshaun Watson and the Texans here in Houston, and next up, Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals Sunday at Gillette Stadium.
We just have to do the best we can to pretty much keep him in the pocket and crush rush him. If we don't, we let him loose and we let him get out the pocket, scramble, and play to his full ability. Then we're not playing winning football.
Murray leads an Arizona offense that's tops in the NFL with an average of 414 yards per game. And the Cards recently went 5 straight games of scoring 30 or more points while totaling 400 or more yards. Yes, they're explosive.
Hopkins out there, Kirk, Fitzgerald inside. He's able to make every throw, and he's killing guys, being able to get out the pocket. And there's teams that have free runners coming off the edge or coming down the middle who have free shots at him. He's able to spin out or make a quick move and get outside, and that just makes him extremely dangerous.
It won't come easy Sunday, but then again, nothing has come easy for this 2020 Patriots team. For Patriots All Access, I'm Dan Roach.
All right, Roachy, thank you very much for joining me now as Patriot wide receiver Damiere Byrd. Damiere, it's good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Great to see you, too.
Let me ask you this. This is your first year here in New England. How's it going for you so far?
It's going good. It's been a little bit of an adjustment. Just learning about the Patriot way, learning how to do things daily, being consistent. But it's been a great experience.
Congratulations, by the way, on your first touchdown catch as
Thank
a
you.
Patriot. But ironically, that's not your first touchdown catch from Cam Newton, is it?
No, it's not.
Tell us about your first one.
My first one was back in 2017, I believe. My third year in the league. First taste of really kind of playing, getting rotational snaps at receiver. And he just trusted me with the ball in the end zone, and I was able to come down with it somehow.
And this obviously is with the Panthers.
Yes.
Does it help knowing that you knew him coming in here to New England, that you guys have that bond already?
Yeah, definitely. We both were learning the playbook at the same time. And even though we were still trying to figure out how to run the routes and how to run the plays, we knew where each other were. He knew where I was going to be, and I knew where he was looking. So it kind of made it a little bit easier.
You know, after that touchdown, tell me about the handshake and the origin of the handshake.
Well, the origin started in college for me. Obviously, my last name is Byrd.
Right.
So I had my own signal doing that. And then with Cam, he just always has a signal for every teammate that he has, a handshake, especially receivers. And obviously that was a good fit for me and him. And we just rolled with it ever since.
I just want to go back to your touchdown catch for just a second, because not a lot of receivers can make the adjustment you made on that ball and still hold on to the ball. Did you see it coming? How did you make the adjustment at the last moment?
Yep, I saw him throw it from the moment he wound it up until the left of his hand. So I saw it the entire way. I wasn't sure how the DB was going to play it.
Right.
So I was really kind of just shielding him off with my body and hoping that I can continue to track it.
You know, you've had experience with Cam Newton, and speaking of experience, the team you're about to play, the Arizona Cardinals, you were with them a year ago, and you played with Kyler Murray. What's this team like?
It's a really good team, an athletic team. They fly around fast, and as you can see this year, they've kind of come into their own offensively and defensively. They're winning games now. So This is a team that's coming in that's confident. They know what they do. They know what they do. They know what they're good at. So it's going to be a tough game.
It's Thanksgiving. Obviously, you had a nice one. What are you most thankful for?
Just being able to wake up and play this game. It's a game that we grew up as a hobby, and now I'm allowed to play it as a game and as a job. And being able to be around my teammates and being able to meet and forge these new relationships.
Hey, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
Awesome job as usual. Damiere Byrd, our guest. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Hi, I'm James White of the New England Patriots. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time to sit down with Coach Belichick, and he joins me now. And Coach, we've talked over the last several weeks about wanting to start fast. Last Sunday, you guys, really nice drive, takes the football down, start fast, get up. I know Houston countered. Where did everything sort of get away from you guys in this one?
Well, you know, we got outscored in the second quarter. We had a chance at the end of the first half to, you know, put together a drive there and, you know, either cut at the 14-13 or maybe take the lead at the half. We missed, you know, an opportunity at the end of the half, and then they drove it and, you know, ended the half with points. So that was a big swing for us there.
All right, you've had Mike Vrabel, you know, over the years in your program. You know Mike pretty well, and I think you said, yeah, I could see him being a coach at some point. Cliff was not with you for a very long time. Were you kind of shocked he got into coaching and he's at the point he's at now in his career?
Well, I mean, Cliff's a sharp guy. Of course, played quarterback at Texas Tech, and you know, has a good football background. You know, smart kid, really worked hard when he was here, and was able to, you know, I think, you know, learn a lot, and he did a lot of, you know, things for us as he was learning the offense and learning the league a little bit, and you know, I've kept in touch with him through the years, and you know, he's had a great career, and he's, you know, an outstanding coach, play caller. He certainly put together a good team down in Arizona, so I have a lot of respect for Cliff. He's worked his way through all the way. He's worked his way all the way up to the top, and he, you know, deserves the success that he's had.
He's got a really good young mobile quarterback, and you faced mobile quarterbacks this season. Josh Allen started with Buffalo, obviously Deshaun, and I know Deshaun's really a thrower, Lamar, but how much different is Murray than those other guys? Some of those guys are 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" even.
Yeah, we haven't faced anybody like this. You know, this kid's got a good arm. He's really fast. He's really quick. Very hard to tackle. So he can be elusive in the pocket and could certainly, you know, advance the ball with his legs. But he's got a very live arm, and, you know, can make a lot of makes a lot of quick throws, gets the ball to his skill players, but he can also zing it down the field too. He's a baseball player. He's got a good arm.
This is one of those tough weeks during the football season, and you guys had to juggle a lot, obviously not only with 2020, but being the holidays this past week, football, food. What are you thankful? What's Coach Belichick thankful for this year?
Yeah, this is one of those years where I think you're thankful for everything. Just being able to get up in the morning, be healthy, come to work, and be with a great group of people, players, coaches, an organization that's all committed to a goal, working hard, getting better every week. So I appreciate every day and the opportunity to be with you, Scott.
Standing answer, Coach. Same goes for us. Wish we could do this in person, but hopefully we'll be at it again next year. We're going to be back later in the show with the Belestrator. Take a look at a couple guys on offense for them.
Very explosive player, Scott.
All right, there you go. More Patriots All Access will return after this, and then later in the show we'll have for you the Belestrator.
Coming up on All Access.
We help you prepare a holiday turkey.
Awesome. I don't like my food touching, so I don't like the turkey.
Eats one thing at a time on his plate.
They've got the line stacked,
and later, the Belestrator.
And then it's all over. Nobody's going to catch him from behind.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the New England Patriots. By the Dan O'Brien Auto Group. Come in to any Dan O'Brien Auto Group store today and get your awesome protection plan, keeping it awesome. And by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots.
This is Adam Butler with the New England Patriots. And from our family to yours, happy Thanksgiving.
Danny Woodhead enjoyed a productive 9-year NFL career, 3 of them with the Patriots. In his first year with the club, he amassed nearly 1,000 yards from scrimmage. In his second season, he was a key part in the Patriots' march to Super Bowl 46. His diminutive size made him a fan favorite in New England. He finished his career with stints in San Diego and Baltimore before retiring after the 2017 season.
Welcome back to All Access presented by GEICO. As you just saw, Danny Woodhead was an important contributor for the 2011 AFC champion Patriots. Hey, we go back into the vault with Woodhead and his wife Stacia, who were interested in some holiday cooking tips. We obliged, and along with the folks at CBS Sporting Club, provided a helping hand.
I mean, I've never cooked a turkey. I've cooked a turkey breast, but not a whole turkey, so I'm actually kind of anxious to see what it's like to, clean the bird, stuff the bird, and have it coming out just looking perfect like it does in the movies.
All right, guys, we're here to give Danny and his wife a quick lesson on how to cook a turkey. Okay, so we got a turkey. It's about a 12-pound bird. What we did was brine it overnight, and then we're gonna make a quick little rub for it, nice wet rub to rub over our turkey.
Our family traditions, just being together.
Your tradition pretty much is just to eat all the food. You don't know how it gets made, but you end up getting to the table and there it is.
So we got some fresh sage. Okay, we're just gonna peel off quick. Peel off the leaves for me. Keep them right up to the side.
Gosh, you gave me the tough job, right?
I hope you're taking notes.
I am. I don't know if we have any traditions we'd like to start. I think we're gonna stick with the tradition of eating and, probably watching football. I mean, obviously playing football. So it's not my calling.
Just sitting down, relaxing, kind of joking with each other, seeing who has the best stories to tell.
I think spending time with our families and, because that's the best thing that you can do during that time is spend time with your families.
So we're gonna put this in a bowl, okay? We're gonna take some, all right, you can do this part, okay?
Okay.
Take some salt, right
Just
in,
a pinch?
salt and pepper. No, good amount, about a quarter cup worth.
So a quarter cup worth.
Just grab some salt and put it in there.
Right,
They'll tell you
with
when.
it, right? And then you can take some of that. A little more.
Oh, a little
Don't be
more,
afraid
yeah.
of salt and pepper.
Oh, I'm not afraid of salt and pepper.
All right. There you go. So we can make a nice, little more. Beautiful. So we can make a nice wet, it's almost like you're looking for a nice paste, okay?
I'm the cook in the family for the most part. Danny
But
he can cook
I can
a
make
few
some
things.
dishes.
And he's an excellent dish cleaner. I mean, he's really good at dishes, and I would prefer to cook and not have to do any dishes, so I'm fine with cooking, but I primarily do the cooking and he primarily does the dishes.
So we're gonna bring it over to our roasting pan. Make sure the rack's in there. Put it right.
My mom, yeah, actually, she's a pretty good cook, and she's made some excellent birds. There was one Thanksgiving when one of the turkeys caught on fire, but I believe that wasn't her fault. I think we were at my aunt's house. We were at my aunt's house,
I didn't know
and I
about
think
this.
it was my aunt or uncle's fault, not my mom's. But overall, my mom is an excellent cook, and Danny's mom also.
That was a good cover-up. Did you see that? Oh, it was probably one of my aunts or uncle, you know.
Just take some of this herb mixture and really rub it really well. Get right in there on the inside. Get right in those wings and right underneath those legs.
It's probably going to be delicious.
See, she's picking it right up. She knows what's going on.
We want to focus on Thanksgiving for being thankful for everything.
Yeah, and just enjoy that time with family and just enjoy all the moments you get to spend with your family, because you never know, what one year to the next is going to bring.
Just a simple chop.
Okay, then you take a couple of those.
This time of year is a great time to, at least express the things that you're thankful for, even though it's probably something we should do every day. Oh,
it's all right.
We're not using that carrot.
Nope. Never use anything off the floor after.
All right. Awesome. I don't like my food touching, so I don't like the turkey.
Eats one thing at a time on his plate, like all turkey, then corn or something, then bread.
You got to give each
Doesn't
food,
mix.
the individual time. I mean,
And it's gonna be roughly about 3 hours to cook fully for 165 degrees. Okay.
Awesome.
Looks pretty good. Smells good. Don't challenge him to eat the whole thing. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't challenge Danny to eat the whole turkey, because who knows?
What, I'll try?
Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
You don't have to take such big bites when you need it.
Why not? It's on TV. Happy Thanksgiving. Phenomenal.
Thank you.
Good work on the rub.
Hi, I'm Julian Edelman. I want to wish you guys all a very happy Thanksgiving. Turkey's up.
It was a winter wonderland that greeted the Arizona Cardinals back in 2008. Matt Castle led an offensive explosion for the Patriots as they scored 47 points on the afternoon.
Looks, fires over the middle, caught Wes Welker, touchdown, Welker. Matt Castle.
Some players had too much fun in the snow.
He made a snow angel. Oh, that's really bad.
The lone touchdown scored for the Cardinals that day, none other than current wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald.
He's going to take it all the way for a touchdown unless somebody catches him. They don't. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald.
Garoppolo dropping back, looking to throw. Lobs it down the left side. Hogan wide open. Has it at the 10 in stride. Goodbye. Touchdown, Patriots. Palmer with a fade. Left corner for Fitzgerald. Dives with the catch. Touchdown, Arizona.
What a throw catch.
And they celebrate a thrilling win over the Cardinals by the 23-21 final.
Let's check in on our opponent, the Arizona Cardinals, and who better than to check in with the Cardinals than with the voice of the team, Dave Pasch. Dave, thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome, Megan.
It all starts with Kyler Murray, and he was a guy who had a lot of question marks coming out of college just because of his size. He seemed to prove all of the doubters wrong. What stood out to you about Kyler Murray and the jump he's made this year?
I think he has made a jump, but I do think, the talent level has always been there. I think his biggest thing is consistency. But in terms of just the overall raw talent, the Cardinals are 6-4, and he's the biggest reason why.
We all saw it, the Hail Mary from Kyler Murray that won the Cardinals the game 2 weeks ago. And then they responded, didn't get the win against Seattle, but they put together a solid performance. What was your impression based on the way the Cardinals responded on Thursday night?
To me, it wasn't the defense that let them down. It was the offense. They just didn't play well enough on that side of the ball. With all the injuries they have on defense, for them to make the playoffs, it's going to be about their offense.
This is a Patriots secondary that has struggled as of late. What's going to be the key for them to shut down a guy like DeAndre Hopkins?
Well, I think a lot of it will come down to, Kyler Murray and the game plan. It's still about running the ball, especially the Cardinals, because of Kyler Murray, a guy that can run and also is a prolific passer. I think they've got to find a way to establish the run because that opens up so many options for Kyler.
I think this will be an interesting one, Dave. Thanks so much for the time.
Oh, you're welcome.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time now for the Belestrator, Arizona Cardinals. Pretty good skill players, Coach. Let's take a look at them.
Well, we'll start with Kenyon Drake, number 41, as the running back. We remember him from the Dolphins, and Drake's got a lot of speed. He's very good pass catcher, good out of the backfield, very explosive runner. You can see here in the Dallas game, it's late in the game. Dallas knows that Arizona's going to run the ball here, so they've got the line stacked, and Drake has nice vision here to get through the hole, makes a good cut, and then it's all over. Nobody's going to catch him from behind. So this guy can take a short run or a short pass and turn it into a long game. Very fast, explosive player.
It's not a fast guy. This guy's powerful too. Hard to tackle with one guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, here's Kyler Murray and company.
Yep. So Murray and Kirk. Kirk usually plays opposite of Hopkins here as a perimeter receiver. This is another, fast, explosive player. Here at Dolphins, get beat on a post here to Kirk, and Murray, see ball's on, about the 37-yard line when he releases it. So, he rips it out there about 60, 65 yards, no problem. So a very, quarterback with a strong arm, a live arm, and getting a lot of speed here. Big play to Kirk. So this is a very, very explosive team.
That makes it even tougher too when you got a multitude of guys you can throw to, and it's not just one that you say, boy, this is a safe guy that he goes to, and here he is with his legs.
Yeah, well, we haven't even mentioned Fitzgerald and Hopkins. I mean, we've seen plenty of highlights on those from other shows, so we'll let them go for today. But you certainly can't forget about those players. Here's a little play action pass here, and Carolina's in a quarters coverage, so it's 7 guys in coverage here, and Murray breaks contain, and you can see they've kind of got him surrounded here, and then they've got some guys in the secondary, but this is really a running back, not a quarterback. And Murray's fast, he's elusive, he's quick, to really get to open spaces here, and you don't see many quarterbacks scramble and run for 50, 60 yards like this guy does. So we're going to have to do a great job of containing him, playing with good leverage, and doing a great job of tackling in the open field. He's a tough guy to handle.
Great stuff there, Coach, and here to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. You got a great family around you. You got great people you work with and people that work for you, and hope you got to enjoy a little bit this week. And I know it's been a crazy year.
No, thanks, Scott. Appreciate it, and same to all the viewers out there. Happy holidays, and stay safe.
Awesome, great stuff. There's your Belestrator. More Patriots All Access will return after this.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the New England Patriots. And by Putnam Investments. Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots. Proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off.
I'm Juwan Bentley from the New England Patriots, and from our family to yours, happy Thanksgiving.
This week, a tradition like none other continued. For the 27th straight year, the Kraft family, along with the Patriots Foundation, partnered with Morgan Memorial to distribute 200 baskets full of food to help make Thanksgiving a little happier for families in need.
Have a good holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Now, Bob's Discount Furniture Studios with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. Postseason, their chance hanging by a thread on life support. But let's talk about going forward. 6 games left. 4 of the 6 games, the Patriots have to play against teams with a winning record. What do the Pats do going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're going to continue to compete in these games. I think all of the games, for the most part, with maybe the exception of San Francisco, have been pretty competitive. So I'd be surprised if we saw anything less than that, Mike. But, maybe establish a little bit more of, that young core. I'd like to see some of those young guys implemented a little bit more. They have been recently. I think that's a good sign. Kyle Duggar's a guy, Mike, that I've been really impressed with. I don't think this past game was his best, but I like the fact that Bill and the rest of the coaches allowed him to sort of play through some of those mistakes. More of that down the stretch.
And I think staying true to who you are is going to be important for them. When they play their best, to me, they get the running game going, the play-action passing game off of that, and defensively, they're a little more decisive in what they're doing than what we saw against Houston, where I thought they let the Texans dictate what was happening.
Building blocks. You mentioned Kyle Duggar. Any other guys you want to see them take a chance on and see play more? I want to bring up a guy like Chase Winovich, but
yeah, Winovich, I think, is sort of, I think he kind of is what he is. I think he has certainly been back in there more to the regular load that he had earlier in the year. Damian Harris, I think, has emerged really as the lead back, and I think he'll continue, with Rex Burkhead now banged up, so he should get even more of a chance to show what he can do. There are some young guys, Mike, the draft class that they had this year and last year, I kind of lumped the two together. I want to see those players.
I think when we watch the NFL now, you see the game, it's so fast, and you need fast, speedy, athletic defensive players. And that's where Josh Uche, their second-round pick out of Michigan, sort of comes to my mind. Like, we've been seeing him more in obvious passing situations, but the more you can get number 53 on the field to see what you have and build that sort of foundation for him, I think that'll help you going forward.
Cam Newton, going forward, 2020, 2021, is he the guy?
Yeah, see, I've already made up my mind, and it wasn't this past week. I'm done with that experiment. And, to piggyback on what we're talking about with the younger guys, in the last 6 games, it wouldn't be the worst thing for me to see Jarrett Stidham play a little bit. Now, I am not sure, I'm not telling you that things are going to be different with Jarrett Stidham, and based on the small snapshots that we've gotten, it hasn't been good. But I would like to know definitively if he has a future, if the coaches feel he's worth continuing to develop. I wouldn't mind seeing him play, but right now, Steve, to me, with Cam, it's still kind of the same kinds of issues week after week. I thought he threw the ball a little bit better at times in the second half in Houston than he has in previous weeks, but still not consistently well enough down the field to put points on the board.
I guess I leave the door open a little bit more than Paul, just that we could see Cam in 2021. My thought being, didn't have an off season with them. I feel like they're very happy with him behind the scenes, like leadership-wise, the connections he's made throughout the organization. Do I think it's likely? Probably trend to the other side of that, just because I think maybe you go after a young quarterback, and if you do that, do you bring Cam back with that? I think there's a lot of those dynamics in play, but I still leave the door open a little bit.
Okay, next up, the Arizona Cardinals prediction time.
Ooh, this is, I think, going to be another difficult game. Now, I do think the Patriots get a little bit of a break. Kyler Murray is dealing with a shoulder issue that certainly affected him in that Thursday night loss at Seattle, a ways back. But I think the Patriots, you're going to be really surprised, Steve. I'm going to pick the Patriots to bounce back and just continue this sort of roller coaster that we've been on from week to week. I'm going to say 24-20 New England.
I am going to pick against the Patriots at some point the rest of the season. I do want you to know that.
But just not this week.
But not this week, because I actually agree with Paul. I think Kyler Murray, a little banged up. Thanksgiving holiday. I think disruption for the Cardinals coming across the country. So I think the Patriots will play better than we've seen. We know it's a week-to-week league. I'll say Patriots 27-24, maybe a little extra football, a little overtime.
Oh. 1 o'clock game. We can live with that.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of Patriots All Access. For Mike Reese and Paul Pearl, I'm Steve Burton, and I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, everyone. See you later.